You mean I can count this as mission work?
You can.
Thank you. During my presentation, I may be translating. Okay. I'm going to wait, thank you, Dr. Stevens, but I'm going to wait until the, agenda item. I understand it's on the,
Oh, it's on the agenda.
The public hearing.
Okay, I just figured since it was yellow that it wasn't on the agenda. That's my bad. All right, call this meeting to order. City Administrator, any remarks?
Development's going strong. They just poured the foundation on those apartment complexes for some of the buildings today, so that's moving along. Still working on another possible restaurant coming in.
Awesome.
We're also working on something out at the industrial park as well. We're just waiting on to see if they can get gas or not.
I actually have a voicemail from him right here, so I'll have to call him back as soon as we get out.
Good. We got our first elementary kid from the new development behind the football stadium
Oh, nice.
yesterday. That was
Nice.
kind of cool. Yep.
got what was that,
Our
Rick?
first elementary kid from one of the houses behind the football stadium. We had gotten a couple high school kids because they transferred in 3 months ago because they knew they were moving in. It was
Gotcha.
our first elementary kid, so it's starting to happen.
And we also want to thank you for the sign out there. It looks like it's 100% operational. It's almost 100% operational. The power's there, but it's a loop system. It's housed there, so they ran the wires today. The last thing to kind of connect to the internet so that as soon as they get that, which we're hoping will be today, then we'll get our training and then we'll actually start to be able to start updating. And
Because as of right now, you can't update yet. can
it's just on a loop.
you? I talked to them
So-
today about that.
Yeah, but they were here today, and I guess our staff heard them up in the attic all day pulling the wires and everything. So we did find where that PVC pipe comes out inside the building. That's kind of what we were looking for. So anyway, so hopefully that'll be done today, and it'll be fully operational this week. So thanks again for the money and the donation and allowing us to upgrade that sign out there. It'll be a big, big benefit to the community.
Okay, as the president's remark and as superintendent of the district remark, I want to say, good job to you guys with the vision of moving Starfest. It was amazing. How many did y'all end up saying? Maybe 4,500? Is that what 5,000?
Yeah.
I talked to a
lot.
guy today that was like, man, it was amazing how it went. So anyway, the vision y'all had to bringing that over our way really worked out good, so.
Ricky, how does KISD feel about us being down there?
Oh, we love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we love it down there. Yeah, it's perfect. In the future years, we'll work it around where we can do our schedule around it some. It helped that we early released this year. We'll try to probably do something similar around that in the future because it just gets traffic out in a hurry.
And we-
Yeah, I thought more of our kids came than normal because it was right there, and I think a lot of our kids thought it was a school event.
Okay,
The beauty of it is that we said at the very beginning that we were willing to host it, but we weren't gonna be responsible. So it's nice to actually have an event there that our kids thought we did, that we were able to just come enjoy. I enjoyed being able to enjoy it, than having to worry about whether electricity or water or drinks and it was really good. City did a great job on it.
And it's like the old location, it kind of grew, and this is a starting point now, and so we do have vision for continuing to kind of grow it and adjust the schedule a little bit to accommodate, the Adventists and non-Adventists, the whole community, so that we can set it on a day and we never have to worry about running into Sabbath and those types of things. So there's things that we're going to continue to grow and work on just to bring the community 100%, so.
I never got your way. I'm assuming the train rides went good?
yeah, it was better than I had anticipated, but I sure wouldn't have made out if you'd have stuck me on the old Taylor property, and that's 6 acres, but
That was being more of a haunted hayride.
we'd have probably had 4 flats on some trailers and stuff.
So,
So, yeah, it worked out well. I was supposed to have one more tractor, but he got called out of town for a weeding, formerly known as weddings, a weeding.
Anyway, it was really good. All right, any public comments besides this one?
I got a question for Don. Where's the restaurant going? Is it gonna build a new building or just move into something existing or?
It'll be on Highway 67. They purchased some property across from the high school.
Okay,
Oh, really, in that little area?
so they're gonna build a building then?
Correct.
Okay, good. That's even better.
There really have been a lot of conversations here. Again, with the cost of what other cities' impact fees and things are, it's really driving development. And again, when you look at the map, Keene is in the middle of Johnson County. And Johnson County is one of the fastest growing. And so, it's going to happen. It's coming.
Yeah.
So 5 years from now, I think we're going to look back and be shocked at all the growth, so.
So is it for certain? Are you allowed to say who it?
We still have to kind of keep things quiet until, we
Yeah.
don't want to be the reason the deal falls through.
I appreciate Taco Bell coming.
Yeah. I'll take anything that I can go to more than once a week and not be tired of. Because,
So McDonald's.
well, I don't eat it much. I do rank in the $2.39. I don't know if we'll be doing that much anymore either. But yeah, it's exciting, good stuff. All right, let's go into public hearing. We're gonna hold a public hearing to hear citizens' comments and hold discussions on the following. Number one, provide funds for the purchase and installation of a skate park, not to exceed $300,000. Provide funds to the purchase and installation of a memorial bench in memory of Matthew Davis, not to exceed $5,000. To provide funds for the purchase and installation of additional sidewalks, not to exceed $200,000. To provide funds for the improvement of green space known as the Pocket Park, to be used as community space, not to exceed $50,000. To possibly consider donating a parcel of land to the city of Keene, owned by the B-Board, for an additional park, approximately 2.197 acres zoned single-family 2, leaving the approximate 2.7 other acres for commercial development around C2. We're now open for a public hearing, and we do have 2 young folks to talk about the skate park. So we'll start out, Deandra,
Can you please
Go.
call the time to open the public hearing?
3:37. We'll open this public hearing. Step up to the mic, it's all yours.
Is it on?
Hello, I'm Deandra, and I go to the Keene.
Raise that microphone, please, would you? Because I'm over the age of hearing.
Yes, sir.
You can you, I'm just gonna put this closer, if you don't mind, I do this. I have this one too.
Okay. I've come to speak in the positive way of the skate park. I have grown up roller skating, rollerblading with my sisters and my siblings, and it was very good family bonding when we were able to do it at Sawu, but since they haven't been allowing us to do that for some time now, I do think that it would be very positive to have a public skate park, and also it's nice to have some place to go that is positive and you can get your energy out and you're not just stuck at home when there really isn't much place to go. And it keeps younger kids doing something positive rather than getting into trouble.
And your name and where you live?
I'm Deandra Galvin, and I live at 525 Neely Lane, Joshua, Texas.
You live but you live in Keene city limits?
Yes.
Because if you came from Joshua and you're promoting our stuff, we got a little bit of problem with that, but hey, it's great.
She is gonna be a Keene graduate this year.
Good.
One of ours.
Fantastic.
Thank
All
you.
right, Mr. Gatings.
Hi, my name is Caleb Gathings, and I'm here also to speak on behalf of the skate park. I've grown up in Keene all my life, and I've always been skating for as long as I can remember, since I was the age of 3, skating in town, getting in trouble by the cops, skating at the park over here, getting in trouble by other people, or the cops telling me to get out, telling me to leave. It's very hard, especially when I felt like I didn't fit into a lot of sports. When I was in elementary and middle school, I was kind of trying to find something to do, something positive to do, because there's a lot of things like you could have done that weren't as positive. And definitely there's a lot of kids and people that I know and a lot of my friends who feel like they do not fit in sports or in these extracurriculars that we have to offer at the school. And skating is a way for them to escape and express themselves in a positive way. Sorry, I'm nervous. But, yes, and I live at 712 Spring Creek Street. Cleveland, Texas is right behind the City Hall, and I have been going to Keene High School all my life. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Caleb, I think, was gonna be one of our first 4-year letterman in football since we started.
Oh, very
He graduated this year.
Yeah.
On our first letterman team, all those good things, so he did find a place to fit in after junior high.
I just got to thinking, you know, we actually built the park before these kids were born.
Yeah, they're both 18, or 17. 18.
So they weren't here when that was a sewer pond.
And one thing about these two also, they were in the play, the It Is Well With My Soul play last night. That was at the college, and both of them did a great job with that play. If you never got a chance to watch that, if we ever do it again, it's an amazing play about the writing of that song.
Fantastic.
All right, any other public hearing about any of these other, or that, or any of these other ones? Yep, Troy?
Want more pickleball courts? Is that what you're doing?
It's not on the agenda, or else I would, but Troy Smith, 310 Woodlawn Drive, right here in Keene. Thank you, board members, for being here, and I appreciate it. So I was doing a little bit of research, and I came up with some very interesting facts to kind of go along with the topic of the skate park. So one of the most predominant reason why a skate park gets put in any city is due to kids on skateboards being in areas where they're not supposed to be. So, I mean, I wish Chief Kidd was here tonight so that way he could at least attest or detest, you know, whether kids are being disruptive with skateboards, you know, bicycles, the things that you're going to find at a skate park. So I think we would be remiss I think we would need more information to see if if that is part of the problem. So another candidate, I was looking at information. Usually a town of about 25,000 people would put in a skate park of around 10,000 square feet. And in my mind, I'm thinking, boy, that's a huge skate park. But when you do the math, you need running ability, not running ability, but skating ability to be able to do the tricks and things like that, as you probably can attest. You know, you got to have room to ride, so then that way you can jump things and, you know, do all the tricks or ride rails. So for our town being at 7,000 people, I feel like we would have to do a very small scale, which not sure if it would really serve the purpose for our community. I'll bring this up as well. I've been told that the place where you guys want to put it would be where the old volleyball courts were at. And this is just my personal opinion. I feel like that's probably not a great place to put it because of safety. I feel like if our medical team needs to get to those kids or adults who choose to be out there, that trying to get over that bridge and get over to where the problem is, it's just going to take longer for that to happen. And so I would be looking for a different place, possibly the Pocket Park, to do that. The other avenue that I was kind of doing some research, like I went to Fort Worth and, you know, went to a skate park and what's all around the skate park? Sidewalks. You know, kids are riding their skateboard or their bike or their whatever, rollerblades, the little the scooters. They're riding to these places. And so when you don't have the ability to even get to the place where the skate park is, you know, you're already limited. So I feel like that's another detriment. And I know that's you know, we've got $200,000 earmarked for sidewalks this year, and I think that's phenomenal. And I think we need to do more of that. In fact, if I remember right, we just talked about there was a grant that we just got to possibly do some more sidewalks, or we're thinking about going for a grant to get more sidewalks, which inevitably will be a positive, so then that way we can get more foot traffic on the sidewalks. And then I think at that time, we could possibly do a skate park, a smaller version of one. So I like the idea of a skate park. I just don't think we're ready for one yet, because of the infrastructure that we don't have in place, the research that I did, and then not to mention the fact that I remember I listened to one of the meetings, and it was last on the list of the things that people wanted in this town. And I feel like if we're not listening to our constituents who are voting yes or no for these things, it's their tax dollars essentially at work. And so, if we're not listening to what they're asking, I'm not sure why we're here. So anyway, that was my suggestions. I love the idea. I just don't think we are ready for it as a town. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
For one, the bridge is not an issue if you have people, I'm sure the bridge is not an issue. I'm sure our fire department, our EMTs are very capable of going around the other side. The fact that kids do ride in the area where my coffee shop is, I see kids almost getting hurt almost daily. So that's also, there is kids that ride skateboards and all kinds of other stuff. And so I think it is important.
And
Yes, ma'am.
Carrie Warwick, management assistant. To that point, when I was working at Pinnacle Bank, very, very large cement parking lot and sidewalks, and we continually ran kids off of there, which that would be the logical place for them to go, but we had to run them out just for safety reasons. And the fact that when they're jumping the curbs on the sidewalks, it is destroying their curbs. So that was another reason, but not for or against, just letting you know what Pinnacle Bank did, so.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. And I agree with Nellie. I don't see the location being an issue. The perfect location would have been exactly where we put the pickleball court, because it's close and up front, but unfortunately, a pickleball court got placed there instead. I think the location is perfect. It puts high visibility on the skateboard park, and also it does give those kids a good, safe place in order to skate, because they are able to skate at the park currently right now, just during certain skate times, which we're trying to.
There are some times they can.
Yes, sir. But we're trying to give them a good, safe place, because the only logical place they can do it is on the basketball courts, and as you all know, they're constantly full.
Now, Caleb, I know I couldn't skate from your house to the park, not anymore anyway. But how would you get to the skate park to skate anyway? Would you skate there, or would you get on your bike, or would you get in your car?
So I usually would walk, back when I didn't have a car, I would sit there and I'd walk if I needed to, because our roads aren't the greatest. And, it's also not.
For the record, that's not my fault.
No, you're right. Just saying, the roads aren't the greatest to be skating on, there's a lot of potholes and everything, so typically I would walk, or sometimes I have a bike, and I would just put it inside my backpack, and then I would just ride to wherever I wanted to skate, whether that was our school, Keene ISD, whether that was Pinnacle being ran off, whether that was the college and being ran off, but there, you find ways.
To get there.
Yet to see when there's a way.
It's true. Richard Jackson.
Thank you, Philip Jackson, 110 Rosedale Avenue. So on the 13th of November, TxDOT announced $285 million to be made available for pedestrian and bicycle safety across the state of Texas. Now, they're talking about 73 projects, so maybe all that money is already spent. I don't know. But it looks like at least they're willing to do something to help with that. And I know they had the Safe Sidewalk Initiative about 7 or 8 years ago.
I remember us 7, 8 years ago trying to do sidewalks, and we put it off because we were going to try to get.
August and let in October.
Yeah.
Because it's the same one we've been, it's the same one I've been mentioning for years around here that we can't get going.
Yeah. But anyway, hopefully that'll be some encouragement
Yes, for sure.
to know that they're putting in that much money. statewide at least.
Yes, for sure. Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Any other remarks about anything on this public hearing?
Yeah. How much space do we have there for this skate park?
There's quite a bit of space in that green area where the, I guess it was the volleyball pits many, many years ago. You got that space, and then you got space just north of that.
That's kind of like the answer I got at Walmart this afternoon. I said, where is the pill cutter? And she said, in pharmacy. Yeah.
I
how
don't
much space?
have the specific measurements. I don't think we got to that point yet, but whenever.
Acre, do we?
There's at least an acre up there.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of room, and we had it designed out. I don't remember the dimensions, but you could easily get a 100 by 100 in there.
Well, that's
Or more.
a fourth of an acre.
So, and that wasn't taking up all of the space either. It is quite large where the track goes kind of around and then comes back. So
But how much space do you think we need for a skateboard park?
It's been a minute since we had the measurements for it. I know Don had some measurements that were,
It's not as much as you think, actually. It's like 7,000 square feet or something like that.
Okay.
So Gary, just two sand volleyball courts side by side with
Correct.
a 4-foot gap between them. Just baseline to baseline is going to be about 60 by 60. Just the courts.
Well, I
If
just
you were
wasn't
to-
sure we had enough
Yeah.
to,
If you were to, for that entire kind of space allotment over there, that small baseball field that's right next to it, you could fit 2 of those in there. So it's quite a bit of space.
good. But it's ample for what we want to do and maybe.
absolutely, yeah.
If
And
we
it leaves,
wanted to expand it any, there would be
correct.
some additional space there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there'd be room for seating and maybe some covered shade areas, fencing, so yeah.
Oh, we need bleachers there, do we, Don?
Absolutely. You need spectators and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And to address the size of the town, I don't think that really correlates with the city needing a skate park. We could say the same thing about pickleball courts and basketball courts, et cetera. But the university has a personal skate park that they have that is not currently available to our citizens.
Right.
And honestly,
big
a lot of
is
that's
it?
probably insurance, probably.
For sure, yeah. And I'm not saying
I
anything
know it's
negative
going
against it. I'm just,
somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out how big.
The Arazo Park is already designated for like smaller kids and mothers, is what the donation was for. So that's gonna be, it can't be a skate park. It's not an option for the skate park.
Well, it'd be pretty hard to get to with a bunch of kids and carrying
Would
their
it be only a skate park if it was?
And they don't have enough, don't have enough room there to park all their Harleys.
and I know you mentioned that, getting to the park would be an issue, but we don't see an issue as it is right now with kids being able to walk to the parks.
All right, any other discussion about any of the other stuff, the memorial bench, the additional sidewalks, the pocket park, or the donation of the property? And again, this is just a public hearing, it's not any decisions being made.
Yeah, have we really laid out where we're gonna spend $2,000 for our sidewalks?
I think we
Yeah.
talked about doing it up 4th Street.
Yeah, I thought we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming down Old Betsy so these kids can get to the park,
I think it was supposed to go down 4th Street.
To complete that.
some of it.
And then the other part of it went toward KAES
Yeah, through Eastern,
that way. Yeah.
right?
Up
Well,
to
you
wherever the
really-
ditch, but wherever it became impossible, on Eastern.
Somebody sent out the word.
Have some more people trying to speak in a positive way.
Yes, hello. Wanted to tell you thank you for everything that you've done for Keene economically and to bring things. It's been great, and wanted to say in support of the skate park. I think it'd be a great addition. I've been here my whole life, and when I was in school, there was a very big need for that, and it would tear up the swamp benches. I knew somebody who would skate there, so it would give them a place. These are some high schoolers that came to be in support of it. I think it'd be a good place, something different for the different crowd that's out there. These are 10th graders. just, I guess just say you support it, or?
Your names come up to
Yes.
Come on, get real.
My name is Julian, and I support the theme.
My name's Summer McElroy, and I support it because I believe it'll help. There's not a lot of things in Keene that are really for high schoolers, so a skate park would be good for that.
Do you skate? Do you skate?
Yes, sir. I'm actually learning from my stepdad.
Good.
My name is Adriana Neighbors, and I think that skating would be a great addition because Keene doesn't have a lot of places, like what Summer said, a lot of places for students to go, and I think after school it would be a good time for students to hang out with their friends and stuff and not necessarily skate, but also like, yes, I support.
And to add on to that, you know, it's not just for high schoolers. I've been to like the Chisholm Trail Skate Park, and there are lots of younger children there that do little rollerblading, and it's always been fun to watch because the high schoolers will cultivate these young skaters and give them space, and it all just flows really nice when I go to other skate parks. Like, I don't know what it's called, the Chisholm Trail one, if you know what I'm talking, it's off the Chisholm Trail one. But yeah, so it's not just for the high schoolers, for the little children and the families. I think that would be great. Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Jameson, nothing?
I kind of have a question for those skaters, I guess,
Gators. Come back.
whatever you call yourselves. So, I mean, you know, when I grew up, it was skateboards, and then there was rollerblades. Well, now there's all kinds of things, the stand-up scooters, the
One wheel.
electric ones. Yeah, I don't even know what they are. I mean, what is your vision of having all of those things there? Bicycles too, or just kind of what's your vision to see there, I guess?
My vision is that it'll allow a lot of communities to come together and, like my mom said, flow and just, I don't know, help them get along together as one, kind of a place to meet each other.
But you see bicycle riders on there too, and
Right.
electric skateboarders, electric scooters on there too, and all those things?
Yes, sir. When I grew up, my dad would take me to SWAU and we would all rollerblade there, but it was a little bit difficult because, you know, the sidewalks are small and they would like, it's not the easiest, and I feel like a skate park would be good for skateboarders, rollerblades, like any of those activities.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Don, because I know it's called a skate park, but it's not just a skate park for
Right.
skateboards. It's for inline skates, it's for bikes, and it's for all types of different activities.
Well, and I was gonna say, not to age myself, but I actually skateboarded when I was young. But I understand it was the same thing. You never saw skate parks growing up when I was a kid. And there's nothing worse than either roller skating or skateboarding, and you're going down a normal sidewalk that has a ton of gravel and stuff on it, and you get that gravel right in your wheel, and next thing you know, you're on your face. So kind of having a designated area that kind of just, again, they can go and not have to worry about, you know,
That'll stunt your growth.
the cracks. It sure did. Did a little brain damage there probably too.
When I grew up, we rode tractors.
Did your wife think it was sexy?
She wasn't around then, yeah.
That's a country song
Yes.
reference for the record.
Yes. Some of us got it.
I appreciate these kids coming, you know, you're getting a taste of what it's like to be in the political arena. Are any of you old enough to run for mayor?
All right, moving on. All right, review, discuss, and consider the minutes of regular, we're gonna come out of
Ricky,
the,
Ricky, you gotta close it.
that's what I'm about to do.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I realized that right as I started. We're coming out of our our public hearing at 3:59, and we're gonna move into our regular meeting. Review, discuss, and consider the minutes of the regular board meeting from October 21st. I'll entertain a motion to accept once you have read it.
So move.
I'll second.
All right, motion and a second. All those in favor? See, it is unanimous. 6B, review and discuss and consider the EDC Type B fiscal year end financial report.
Good afternoon, Board. Thank you for the time. I will be presenting thank you. September 30, 2025 financial report. I am to let you know this is the unaudited numbers. The audit is going on right now, and as soon as I have the new numbers, I'll present that to you. No, I think like the auditors will do it. Okay, all right. Well, that's really small. Okay, I will just narrate it. I think it depends on how you want to see it, whether it's good or bad. I think in a bigger picture, as you can see, I could never point this to the TV and it actually works. So as you can see on the 1, 2, 3, 4, from the right, that would be our total revenue at just over $386,000, where our annual budget was at $342,000. So we did pretty good. We are over budget by $44,000, and when I compared it to last year, we actually grew by $22,000. So all is good. And as in expenses, I wanted to bring this up. Obviously, our revenue is made up of two things. That's our sales tax and our other miscellaneous income. And our other miscellaneous income, the second line there, is made out of your interest income and the field rental income. It's something that I want to bring to your attention, Board, that our field rental has gone up from last year being just over $6,500 to $19,000.
Did we raise the rates, or did they just?
No, we just have a lot more people coming in. I just looked at the schedule. We have about an average of 10 to 11 bookings a month now, whereas it was rarely like 4 or 3 a month. So we're just getting a lot of people.
And there's actually some sports organizations that want to bring youth sports programs back to
We're down
Keene.
a stadium, a field, right?
Yeah, well, this is thankfully a small kid youth, so they don't need that big one, and they've even said that they would like to partner with us to try to get it. Don did take me over there and show me, and he's right. I mean, that topsoil's gone down, and there's glass shards, and, it was trash dirt, basically, that kind of went in there. And so we definitely need to, not necessarily the outfield, but that infield, we do need to dig it down, and he's been studying up on, he might even do it himself personally, but we do need to, if we talk nice and keep him here long enough, digging it down and putting actual, the dirt that, because you don't want them sliding into home plate and, now they've got a nail sticking out of them, so. But, yeah, but they've said that they might want to partner with us, so there's a lot of kind of chatter going on around that, too.
Great, okay. So now, wait, no, not that yet. Where am I going? I'm sorry. Okay, expense summary, the last line. Okay, this last line here, if you see, the last column on the right tells you that we are 2,700 under budget, which is good, I guess. I think like if I were me, I would spend it all. And I would even spend all the other $44,000. I think like I have been looking at other cities and how they spend their money. They make sure their budget is at zero. They always spend whatever revenue that they think they're gonna bring in, they always spend it. They try to spend everything. But anyway, we did really good with our expenses. I'm happy to report that most of the expenses are spent on the city park maintenance. I think most of the work went to the HDPE storm drainage for Elisa Carver Park. I think it's a French drainage or something like that. And we have spent money on the capital assets, the CIP item down here. That was, let me see, what are they? The lighting for the pickleball courts, the project monument sign replacement, parking lot pad, and drainage for the pocket park. So we did spend some of our money. Okay. This is just something that I put together. I thought it was interesting that it's doing that. Look at that. And I just checked just before we came to the meeting. We already at $2,000. There's already like 11 bookings already. So we're doing pretty well. This is just to show, this is, I think, the first year, we said after, this is the first year in 3 years that we actually met our sales tax target. Great job. And it didn't make it to this presentation, but I also did some analysis on our top taxpayers, and it looks like number 5 and number 6, if I'm not mistaken, number 5 and number 6 of our top taxpayers are actually remote businesses, which is interesting to see. And number 9 and number 10, number 8 and number 9 are businesses that actually pay franchise tax. I didn't get to make it to this presentation, but I just want to let you know that's who our major taxpayers are. And we did meet our target, even exceeded by $4,000, I think. So we did good. And hopefully with more retails coming on, this is going to be a good year. The blue line, I think I showed this before, the last time I presented. The blue line is 2024, the red is 2025, anything in between, that's an increase. If you see year on year, we actually grew to 12.5%. So good news all around for our sales tax. Oh, last but not least, this is.
That's not in my packet, right?
It's not. Oh, it's not. Sorry, I can give it.
Because I can't read that.
That screen to your left, is it on?
Oh, here. Here, I see. I see. That's closer.
Yeah.
Works for me too, then.
Yeah.
Can't see it either.
So there was $632,711.48 at the end of September. Like I said, I would wish this would be spent, but I think we will spend it this year with all our projects for this year. The total interest income that we earned this past year is just over $22,000, and the interest rate averaging at 3.98. But we did hear that it was going to drop right down, right, to like 3.75 or something.
The feds have dropped their rate, which means everything drops with it. So it's going to drop from 4 to 3.75.
That's all I have for you. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Discuss and consider a request to raise the Keene Chamber of Commerce banquet to $250. Are we?
I move to accept the financial report.
Oh, yeah. Sorry
Presented.
about that. Need a second?
Second?
All those in favor? All right. Mr. Knott?
Yes, generally, I can just approach a CEO or a president of a corporation and not a board like yourself. Glad to see you all here at Type B. Continue to be my favorite board. But what we're asking after the fact is an additional $250 for your financial support of the banquet. So that would take you to $1,000. Which would be consistent with everybody else. I'll just tell you, Hughley and all the tables that sit up front, they went from 1,000 to 1,250. That's Hughley, Callahan, Freeman, Pinnacle Bank, General Insurance, Old Betsy Dental. And then Oliver even increased, even though they don't attend the banquet, they just buy 2 tables and give them away to the Keene High School athletes and the Southwestern students. They bought those tables in addition to a $1,400 contribution. So I'm asking you to increase, as I ask everybody to increase, by $250.
This is for next year's banquet?
It's for this year's banquet.
So you want it backwards?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then $300 for oral history?
That's for, consistent with the concern about Gary, who I thought was correct about identifying these individuals as pioneers. Maybe we just call them old timers. How's that?
We're too late.
So that would be for those videos, and yes, and the Nellies have been busy moving Mrs. Nelly up here from San Antonio, so we haven't started that project yet, but we'll start that soon.
So why is that in here? I thought we approved that
I
months ago.
I don't
don't
think we
know.
were able to. I think he just brought it to us last time.
I thought we approved it to go for the one, I thought.
That's a great question, Donnie. We can, certainly the chamber wouldn't want them.
Can
The city
put them
or
on their
type B.
website? I mean,
I'm sorry?
can the city create something and put them on their website? I mean,
I would certainly hope so, yes.
old timers tab or something?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, all of that, yes.
Yeah, and we're actually interviewing that marketing position now. So we've got to do a complete rebuild, which we're in the process of with the website, but hoping to be able to extend an offer to somebody next week full-time that can start kind of pulling some of this stuff together to market all aspects of our city.
I'd entertain a motion to pay $250 in back sponsorship to the banquet, plus $300 for the oral history beginning of the project.
And is the oral history, is that would that be annually, or would that be?
That's a start.
Okay.
That's to get us started and see we're gonna probably start with Booger Putnam and see what the costs are.
But you're not coming to us with every bit of that cost. That's not a 4B board only thing, right? Or are you asking us to sponsor all of it as we move through? Or is it like a,
Let's see how the first one goes. Maybe the city would want to pick it up. Maybe, of course, 4B is part of the city, so maybe
It's
you would
probably
want
going
to
to
do that.
be a type B board issue because the quality of life that
there's like 15 you had in mind, right? Wasn't there 12 or 15 of these you had in mind over
At
the next
least.
few years?
At least.
And the 300 would cover the editing and,
That's for one.
okay.
We're going to see what
Yeah.
the first one costs.
It's completely
Yes.
feasible, however, that a marketing person that works for the city could take this over and do it at no cost to the 4B board.
Sure could.
No.
I just think we got to get it started
Yeah, I agree with that part.
because we're just losing these people too fast.
Are you
Well-
on the list?
He should be. He should be, because somebody needs to know how he does what he does.
I don't think he knows how he does with
Is that a
That's,
yes?
that's with God's help. That's the only answer there. Our candidates forum for the runoff election, candidates forum is Thursday night, 6 PM. So, like to see you there.
This is a serious question. How many runoffs, are there 2 runoffs?
There's 2 runoffs.
4 people?
4 people, that is correct. 6 PM Thursday. This Thursday, which I announced at the last city council meeting. So we are going to go ahead with that.
Do you anticipate all 4 being here?
I sure hope so. They've been asked to be there,
Good,
and we are planning, and we'll have 4 microphones.
awesome. Entertain a motion for the 250 on the back pay and the
so
300.
move.
I second.
Take it.
All right. All in favor, raise your hand. All right, Paul, you got your first 300.
Okay, thank you, Type B. And
Yep.
Christmas parade is Sunday, December 7th. We have a new start this year. We're starting at Pegasus Landing of Chisholm Trail. We're going to start there and then proceed north to Leisky-Poulter. And it's all safety reasons. It's dark back on Fairview. Our police have been asking to do something different for a couple of years because Fairview is very dark, and the motorists will not listen to the monitors. They'll get in the parade, or they'll cross streets where they're not supposed to
So where's
cross.
Pegasus Landing? Is that the,
Pegasus Landing is Chisholm Trail Estates.
Okay.
Yes. So they've got, when you look at that, when you go back there, we've been back there and looked at it, it's a huge circle drive. It's huge, it's long, and it's wide, so it will accommodate all the floats. So we'll see, we'll try it this year, but we end at Leisky-Poulter and then followed by the fireworks.
awesome.
So,
Thanks, Paul.
okay, thank you.
Did you consider safety on Old Betsy with that?
Yeah,
down
that's
there?
taken care of. TxDOT's shutting that down, yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Awesome. And thank you for a good banquet. It was really well attended. How many were the total there? 200?
288,
288.
maybe probably 296 with Elvis's crew.
It was huge.
So we're calling it 296. Thank
Might as
you.
well call it 300.
Sure.
Did you make any money off that?
We make a little.
Then why'd you come back to us for
We
250?
make about $4,000. It's one of our fundraisers.
Because I can go to a Rangers game with you for cheaper.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Receive a
Thank you,
report
Paul.
from the staff regarding the cost of batteries for the proposed lighting at the park.
Thank you.
Okay, so far, only thing I got back from them was for the street lights, and maybe if we put some in the parking lot at the park. And it would be $800 to replace those batteries. They have a 10 to 12-year life with an 8-year warranty on them.
Is it one battery per pole?
Yes,
Okay.
And 800 a pole.
right.
Can you tell us more about the warranty? What does that mean, 8 years? What happens on year 7 and 364 days? How much does a battery cost to replace?
I don't have that answer, but I didn't read the details of the warranty, and this is just one company so far, so I haven't got any other quotes or bids.
But I think that lighting project is really valuable. I would like to see us
I
push
like the
forward.
idea of around the
I
walking
do too, the
path.
whole walkway, that's where I think is valuable. Is
Right.
being
That
safe
is,
to walk. Yeah, 'cause right now, 6 o'clock, it's dark.
We had a discussion about the parking lot. Weren't you talking about there, can we put lights on the poles that are in the highway, or right at the highway right away? Is there enough poles along there to light that parking lot from?
I think there's only a couple, and they have lights on them already. They're just not that bright. I mean, as far as the parking lot goes, I want to say there was 4 maybe from the plan. I don't have that in front of me.
They were right in the middle, and it was the split on, it was
Like 4,
with 4, so.
so.
Okay, so, but if you put them on those poles and put brighter lights there to light that, because street lights don't really light a whole lot. But you can put lights up there like we got at the church parking lot to light that whole thing. You could put those on poles and not have the cost of poles in the parking lot with,
Yeah, those LEDs that we have now at the school would light up that whole parking lot too.
are they battery or are they powered?
Their power.
Yeah, that's why I say you're better off to, if you can light something with the existing poles that are there, and they would even place another pole for you probably without cost to put a light on it, but those floodlights would light that whole property without putting poles in the parking lot and having the cost of those.
And the lights you have at the school, that's on an energy management system to where they kick off with the sun, correct?
Yes.
The parking lot, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, that would be something that would be good for the park, where they automatically come on and save us money, and with them being LED, it'd be a lot cheaper.
The cost of
All
burning
that's
is-
available on a post too, from the power company,
Yeah,
because batteries do get to be a problem at some point,
especially $800 to replace each one.
yeah. Are all the lights at the pickleball court, are those battery powered or?
No, those are metered.
Yeah,
So I haven't looked to see what the actual bill for just the pickleball court is, what we added.
do they have motion detectors or
I
anything that
I
turns?
wish they had a timer on them so they would go off when they're not being used.
They're just
They're on all
photo
the
cells,
time.
so they come on at dusk and go off in the morning.
But didn't we find out that Encore only charges a certain amount of money no matter how long they burn?
But
I know at the
think-
basketball court that was true.
I think it's an issue for him personally.
That's a different light.
Yeah.
The one that the co-op put up is, I'm gonna call it a utility light, and they just charge you a flat rate. The ones at the pickleball court are on a meter, am I correct?
Correct.
So they're gonna burn energy. As a homeowner, I have an issue with light pollution. I think there's too much light pollution over there. Can I speak about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I want to make sure we understand if you buy battery-operated lights, they have a life cycle. They're only going to last so long. I personally think that we should think long-term on the park, a 30-year, 40 years, whatever, that if we can only afford to light half the track this year with underground electricity, I would be in favor of that over lithium batteries, just because we don't really know the history of lithium batteries or whatever the battery is, that how long it will last, what the technology will be in a few years for that. If we run a pole that has electricity there, we can put any light, no matter what upgrades are on technology, in 10 years. If we run just a pole with no electricity there that's on a battery, we're always behooving to the battery. That's just my opinion. I know.
Maintenance issues.
Yes, sir. It's just my opinion. I don't know that much about battery-operated lights. I know they use them all over the place, but
I know technology's gotten better than, in the last few years. They last longer, the lights don't burn as much energy. The issue would be getting power to all those areas. That would be probably pretty expensive to do that, because we need transformers, we need meters, we need,
Yeah.
things of that. And so the initial upfront cost would probably be more, and then you have to worry about when there's no power, you have no lights. With a solar one, it's gonna work.
When the batteries are dead, the lights don't work,
This
Don.
is true, yes.
You got the
But
same
again, you're
problem.
talking 8 to 10 years battery life.
Good luck.
And yeah, again, I'm not pro one way or the other. I'm just trying to throw the options out there.
I'm with Donnie. If you can, if we could do that and do it partial 1 year and keep on adding it into our budget till we got all the way around. Long term, you're better off to run it with
Yeah,
our company.
and another issue we have to kind of consider is every year I get from the state wanting me to justify and prove that our energy consumption went down by 5% as a city every year. How do I do that when our city's growing?
Why would the state need to know that?
It's a new law.
So a new law, so a
Cities-
city's like, take Burleson, they've grown exponentially in 3 years, but their
They have
bill's
to
supposed to
show
go down every
how
year?
they reduce their energy consumption by going to solar or wind or alternative energies. I don't make the rules, but that's something we have to.
Well, are they
Yeah,
gonna
haven't-
punish you if
haven't-
you don't do that? Are they gonna,
I'm sorry?
are they gonna punish us if we don't meet their requirements? What are they gonna do?
We
They-
haven't had that issue yet. I usually turn it on my engineers and go, help me with this.
I think the LEDs would definitely help.
LEDs would help over the baseball fields we have now. Those are the old gas type lamps and they burn a ton of energy.
Yeah.
So as long as we can prove that we're doing things every year to
How about we
reduce.
how about we put a timer on the pickleball courts? That'd be a good start.
That's one way to do it, yes.
Can we put a timer on the lights around City Hall? We're lit up like a Christmas tree all night long.
I think they are on a timer.
I don't go by here at 1 o'clock in the morning normally, but every
They're
time
on,
I've gone
yes.
by here at night, they've always been
We
on.
have them to come on when it gets dark and go off when the sun comes up. But then, part of it is safety as well, if it's lit up.
Part of the reason we like the lights on is it keeps people from messing with the bathrooms and that whole area. So even if we turn them off, we would need to put something there to stay up all night so that
Yeah.
our police officers up driving by can, keep, and that's part of the reason we keep the lights on here as well. We just,
Because they'll break in our bathrooms, or is that
Yeah.
what you're after, Jonathan?
yeah.
No, I think you really need to do something about the lights on the building here. If they're not on a timer, need to be on one.
Well, and just as an example, back in the Christmas, I love putting Christmas lights up, and back in the day, you could only attach 3 strands before you had to have a new. Now with LED, it's 48, which is 4,800 square feet you can literally attach them all. So that kind of gives you an example of how much these LEDs are using electricity. We can definitely look into the meter and give you guys, report back on what that cost is, but I don't think it's what it used to be.
Right, it's very minimal if they're LED.
Yeah.
And I agree with Donnie, looking at the future, 30, 40 years out. If we go ahead and pay the expense now over the next year or two, then
So an example I would give was, I was involved with putting the lights on the smallest baseball field. At the time, I was on an athletic league or whatever. We had some money, we paid for it. We ran electricity to the meters in the, where they have the bathrooms. There was room there to add more breakers, for lack of a better word. So why wouldn't we take the darkest part of the park, which probably is on that side, and use the electricity that's there and figure out a way to run conduit left and right out of that building and see how far our money goes there for the first year, for example. I'm just spitting that out. I mean,
That's fine.
Good idea.
Yeah, I can have our engineers, we have electrical engineers with Jacob and Martin. They can come out and they can look and evaluate and see how to go. And if I give them, hey, X amount of dollars, how far is this gonna get me? So we can work on something like that as well.
Well, they can tell you how much it's gonna cost a foot, and we can calculate how far we can go.
All right.
Is this just buried cable that you would recommend putting in as opposed to
I'm not
conduit?
telling you how to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, because there is electrical cable that's direct bury, as opposed to having to do conduit.
Did we engineer the lights at the pickleball court? Or did we just hire an electrician to put the lights in?
Yeah, we just had, we had an engineer, because the power's right there.
Well, we have the power right there for the lights on the back side of the walkway, too.
Well, I don't know. I didn't go in there and look and see what the amperage is. I'm not an
Yeah.
electrical engineer to figure the load of.
I would think an
of
electrician
air
could
versus-
probably walk it and tell us.
Well, what can we add to it?
What size transformer do we have to do the pickleball? Is it just do the pickleball courts, or does it do the pavilion?
It
and-
does the pavilion, it does the bathroom, and I think it has room to grow as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have put a
When we put it
KVA,
in, we designed to have room to expand off of that one.
yeah.
They
So if you have a big enough transformer in place, you could run the lights on this?
Right.
But I'm all for lights. I said, let's do it.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, we need more lights. All right, consider applications of Alma Davila, Chuck Easley, Bud Finley, and Philip Jackson for appointment to the Type B Board.
Who's Alma Davila?
The board tabled this item last meeting for more applications, so we did put a post out there and received one. And that was from Ms. Alma Davila. I let her know that there was a meeting today, did not receive a response back. But did present it because that's what we received. So I have no further information than what is on the application.
So do we know who Alma Davila is, or did you just tell me?
I have not
said she
received
didn't
a
know.
response.
Personally would like to see some new blood coming into these boards.
I did speak with Mr. Finley, and he said he would be willing to serve if y'all wished him to. Of course, and Mr. Jackson is also still very interested. And then Mr. Easley's application is there, but again, we have that new policy by council that may, probably will prevent his appointment.
Does this board have these applications?
Yeah,
They're in your
they're in there.
They're in here.
Yes, sir.
This other one.
And at this time, there's just the one vacancy. So,
Ooh. Oh, yeah, Jimmy. So the chair would entertain a motion to nominate one of these guys, or entertain a motion to table.
I'd like to know more about Alma Davila. There's really not anything here, other than she's a resident.
So do I hear that as a motion to table?
Yeah.
I have a motion on the floor to table. Is there a second? Got a second? Any more discussion? All in favor? All in favor? All opposed? All right, so it will be tabled at 4-1.
Do I sound a little bit like John Kennedy?
All right, any reason to go into executive session? Yes. All right, so we will go to executive session at 4:30.
Dr. Stevens, you need to read the executive session that's on the agenda.
Yeah, way too. I know I have to.
Sorry.
Pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, the board may convene into the executive session at any time during the meeting that a need arises for the board to seek advice from the city attorney at any posted item and by the following authority: 55-10272, 55-1.072, deliberations about real property. Review a letter of intent to purchase 526 Walden Ridge, approximately 5 acres owned by the EDC Type B Board. It is now 4:30, and we are in executive session. we are out of exec at 4:38.
Stall for just a second.
We can bring her in. We can go ahead and do the agenda. She's coming right back. Yeah, she is. So we'll just go ahead and go to future agenda items. So when we go back to what the public hearing, anything on that we want to bring back to the agenda?
Was there any action on executive? No, there's no action. Okay.
No. We can't take action like that in.
Counter offer. We're gonna do a counter offer. We have to make a motion on
We can't.
We need a motion about what we discussed in there, and
Yeah,
our
we didn't do
motion-
anything in there. We legally can't do anything in there, but
Right. But
do we need to make a motion on that?
Yes,
Okay. I entertain a motion to reject the offer for the piece of property.
so move.
First and a second. All in favor? Unanimous? All right, so back to public hearing. Any of these things we want to put on the agenda item for next time? I would assume that we want to put the skate park to discuss and possibly consider funding that.
Let's keep talking about it.
Okay? We can't today because it was a public hearing. Next month we could. Yeah, discuss and possibly approve. If we don't discuss and not approve, okay, but if we want to approve, we can.
The next step, Don, would be, is this a pre-drawn skate park? Is it engineered?
Well, I kinda got one, Daniel got one kinda concept, so we can, the next step would be, let's go get some concepts and bids.
And we are working on additional grant funding to help this project as well. That is something we're working on, but, with a grant, it takes time
So
to.
now that we've gone through the public hearing on that, are we now free to move ahead with an approval?
so the public hearing may only cover the 100 that we budgeted. I don't know. I'd have to ask the attorney. But, sorry, the 100,000. In the CIP, we didn't do the full 300 this fiscal year.
That was,
But we can do it.
No,
Budget
we
amendment.
frustrated about that a couple months ago because we said
do a
300
budget
and we went in at 100 though.
True, you
There
can
was,
do a
they
budget.
wrote it in as 100. So we were busted on that
So
one.
the public hearing may,
Well, the public hearing is for 300,000, and.
okay, so then.
So then we should, we'd have to do an amendment, but there's,
But as far as being able to next month, if we wanted to approve up to 300, we could. All right, so that on the agenda for sure.
We won't be ready next month to approve it. We need to hear proposals first and what it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I think we'd put on there discuss and possibly. We
I
always,
guess, approved to move forward with the project, is that?
Well, it would be great next,
That could be at the agenda.
it would be great if we either could have some proposals, like concepts,
Yeah.
and then,
Because I remember a couple of years, probably about 2 years ago, Don brought some proposals, and I talked to a different skate park, but with the budget and everything going up, probably have to lean toward what Don was presenting. And so we could get back with that company and see if anything's changed.
And they also do,
We can also,
all concrete, and they
Yeah.
do that as well.
and the concrete, well, now that we have 300, we can go back to them and say, what can we do for 300,000?
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I agree.
And if grant money comes and we want to make it even better, then we will.
So do we have to make
That's for future, so we can put this on the
Future agenda
next.
items?
yep.
And then,
We
same-
can't
memory
discuss
bench,
it.
do we
We
wanna
can't
put that?
discuss it anymore, but we can put it on,
the future agenda?
correct.
Do we want to put the Matthew Davis Memorial Bench to discuss and possibly approve at the next board meeting?
yes.
I thought that was done.
Nope, still on my whiteboard.
Do we want to put the sidewalks to discuss and possibly approve at the next board meeting?
Yes.
And I'd like to specifically, can we talk about where that would be? Like, are we gonna tie the college, the one on Old Betsy, to the park? I mean, what are we?
Because we
We had
discussed it
drawn
last
up
meeting.
A couple months ago, yeah.
Yeah,
We discussed it once before. and
Yeah, we
said
laid it out with pictures of,
I think it was last month, yeah.
Yeah, that item was already discussed and approved. We just needed to fulfill the public hearing.
yep.
Yeah, so last time we talked
We're,
about,
we're doing things backwards because we're trying to make sure we have done all the steps to make sure we're legal.
Right.
And it's the same with the bench for Davis. Y'all have already chosen, selected, we just, we're
Needed to have the
ready.
public hearing.
The only thing I'm waiting on is text dot.
Yes.
Right. So next month we'll
Which-
approve what we.
Which I will tell you, TxDOT and myself and anyone that wants to come, Don, we now have a bi-monthly meeting on the book. So every other month, I'll be sitting down with the lead engineer, the assistant engineer, to discuss anything that's going on in the city. So we should be able to start making
You-
progress there as well.
You were gonna talk about that bench project being a cookie cutter that we could duplicate somewhere else, right? Along
Correct.
the way.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we want to put this, the Pocket Park 50,000 improvement on the next one to discuss and possibly approve?
Yes.
Didn't we change the name of that?
Yes. To, what is
Yeah.
it?
Louis,
Luis
Yes,
Arauzo.
yes, it's Luz Rouzo Park. We voted that last time.
yep. Then I'm assuming we do not want to put number 5 on there due to our last conversation about donating the acreage to the city.
Yes.
All right.
Something I think we ought to talk about it sometime is maybe paving or something, this little corner right here by Pioneer and,
Talking about where everybody
Obed.
parks in the grass?
yeah, so we didn't have to park in the
Don did confirm with me that TxDOT does not own that. So that would be our expense.
Is that the one?
Right.
Yeah, right there. at
Okay. On the corner.
Be nice to maybe coordinate that with a sidewalk or a crossing there, a pedestrian crossing, whichever way you end up going.
Well, I'd like to get the park attached to the rest of the city.
That's what I think a priority should be, but apparently we already went over the list of sidewalks, didn't we? It's already approved. Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, the
We
park
did.
needs to be attached by sidewalk.
Now, I will tell you, Donnie, that that's another grant we're working on, is that $1 million. You have to be like in the top 10 to get awarded, and we were down around 30. But because of some of the things that we're doing this year, our grant writers feel like we got a good chance to get bumped into the top 10 this year. So between our demographics and the things that we're working on, if we can get that $1 million, then that would create a lot of sidewalks. So that is a grant we're working on. Again,
Why wouldn't TxDOT pay for that sidewalk?
I can add it to their,
You know what I mean? They paid for the other sidewalks there. Why wouldn't they pay for the sidewalk to come to our park?
I can add that to our meeting, our first scheduled meeting,
We didn't-
official.
We didn't pay for
Yeah,
the
it's-
sidewalks that are there right now, did we?
Well, didn't Phil Jackson just say that their TxDOT just added a whole bunch of new sidewalks for bikes and stuff to their budget? Maybe we can be on
Like
their list.
200,000?
I can ask them.
Yeah.
What can
They
never
can only
hurt.
say no.
Right.
They're not gonna beat you.
What I said a while ago about paving that little strip of land there for parking, I'd like to see that put on, and we just start talking about it, at least.
Discussion for
I don't mind, we may
maybe the
not.
parking lot right there by the corner.
That property used to belong to the, what was it, Galen Richardson family. That was part of this dairy barn. Went across there, and we had to buy that separate for the park from them.
Yeah, he means over here, yeah.
Might as well.
Where everybody parks.
Do we have any other projects that this board has approved that are like in limbo that we haven't accomplished? Can that be on our next, so we can accomplish?
Yes, there is one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The outdoor warning system.
Yeah.
So can we, I mean, we've approved a couple that I don't see any progress on. Can we bring those back and see what progress we've had and?
Sounds like he's gonna do it right now.
Well, we can't discuss it, though.
But we can put it on our
We can hear what he
next.
has to say, right?
Not really.
Oh,
Yeah, you can discuss.
Well, let me do it this way. Okay, I think this is legal, because are we gonna,
Going down a path of making decisions.
No, you can talk about it, it's okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna tell us what we can put on the agenda.
so I'm gonna go back to 5, because I also have another young lady that wants to talk in open forum. So we're gonna go back to open forum. We'll start with Chief. Public comments.
I can offer a update on the progress from the direction that this body gave to me. Is that acceptable?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, it is acceptable.
According to our attorneys, it's not.
No.
Can you do it at our
Been
next
doing this
meeting?
for
Yeah, here's the next meeting.
40 years.
Hey,
Can we put it on the agenda for the next meeting?
I'm good with that.
I would feel more comfortable putting it on the discussion next.
Okay, can we get a list of everything that this board has approved and
Yes.
figure out where we are at, so we
Yes.
can actually accomplish something?
Now, you cannot debate or discuss things that you're gonna debate. We got something on the table already approved that he's working on. He can give us an update. There is no law against that.
I will yield to the one that's been through the training and the expert and our attorneys, what they've told us.
Okay, tell us what they say.
Rule of thumb is if it's not on the agenda, it shouldn't be discussed. But again, I mean, this is your meeting, and I can only advise you that we really need to put it on the agenda.
Not to hear an update. It has nothing to do with debating
But-
or discussing.
I'm with Nellie, let's just put it on the agenda for next
Yeah,
month.
we-
so can-
we-
Not on the agenda, but we can hear where he is right now.
Right, well, usually reports, like the financial report or the city manager's reports are always on the agenda, and they have to be very detailed about what they're reporting about.
Right.
So,
And then you can go get another attorney and he'll tell you that that debate is okay.
that is true.
Am I allowed to be able to let Ms. Kenyon have her say?
Yes, you can go back to public comments and allow her time if you wish.
You got a great idea, so let us hear it.
Thank you.
Thanks for waiting around.
Hi, my name is Jovita Canyon, and I have met Jonathan already. And I live at 712 Alaska Street here in Keene. And I came here by way of Kenderdale, Texas. Long story. I need more than a cup of coffee to tell you all where I've been and everything. But anyway, I live here. I've been here a year. I've been here a whole year, and I can't believe it. And so I've been trying to throw around some stuff because I'm a real big advocate of not just having a garden myself, but my main thing is also that I think that other people should have some kind of garden or growing something, especially with what's going on right now. It's really needed because we've been pushing stuff like this for the longest. So the gardens, they're not just for me, but you know, for teaching. We teach other people how to do gardening, and we'd like to also get like some of the kids around to, you know, participate in learning how to, because it's really, next to cooking, that's really important because people need to know how to survive and everything. So what I was also looking for to see if there was some other land, and I was told, I've been by the greenhouse already, but I've never been in it. So I would like to see about the greenhouse, and also if there's some other land that maybe could be used. Because the little stuff that I have and that what I'm doing, I'm just doing mostly canning right now so that we could use it to raise money. And I have a hot dog cart that I need to, we were discussing that we would like to get donations to do the hot dog cart to pass out to, I don't know how that could work for people to get fed, and even after, because mostly around Thanksgiving, people just think about, you know, but people have to eat past Thanksgiving, you know, and that's the idea of the food too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
So what are you really, excuse me, what are you really saying? That we should try to develop a garden spot or something, or a greenhouse?
I mean, I've talked to Sheila before, and I know that there was a garden here, a couple of gardens, I guess, here, and try again. I don't know.
Philip Jackson had wanted to do that.
Yes, Philip and some of those ladies, Trapeza ladies, did establish one, but it kind of went downhill. Nobody took interest in it, and it was right on the east side of the
Yes.
old annex down there that the church now has. And it just kind of floundered, and there've been other people say that we should do that, but I don't know who supplies the water. That's a tough issue.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue is the water, because that's what I'm having at my, not here, well, even though I have to pay for a water bill here, but at the other place that, because we have a 15-bed raised garden in Lillian. So, yeah, water is kind of the big issue because I got trees at my house, but there's straight out flat land, so.
It's one of those issues, kind of like daylight savings time, as long as there's half the people that are for it and half are against it, nothing ever happens.
Well, right now, I'm working with the Johnson County Courthouse, so we've been pretty good getting people to that was a good way, but also holding classes, that would help as well, you know, like I said, getting the kids or even people, because people need to, and not just the gardening, but the canning, because you need to preserve the food, you know, to have classes, that would help. And I know that little place over there, I'm getting ready to go over there now where the thrift store is, and, you know, just getting some people together. And I'm also doing a health and wellness book too as well, and a cookbook. So, you know, people, I think we kind of lost that a little bit because of so much fast food, and now that people are more so really getting into reality, because I've been asking and talking, my family even thinks, you know, like, no, we not. But
Have you been to the Keene Church with this program? I mean, the proposal?
No.
Because they have a bunch of land behind the Community Impact Center. I think there's
Yes.
10 acres there, and they're using the front. We used to grow hay on it and bale it, but there's some land there that the church might be willing to provide some space for people who want to garden.
Is there any land in the city that could be designated as a community gardening area that we provided water for?
Yeah, we can, if you want to come by, I know you've already met Jonathan, but if you want to come by and we'll sit down and kind of bounce some ideas off. There is actually a lot over there in your area where you live.
Oh,
The
really?
city owns that
Stopping.
could possibly work.
Okay.
So we can have that discussion.
And I actually met her driving through, you know, one of my drives through the different communities, and she was outside and had some nice raised gardens, and, you know, and we just got to talking. And so I did suggest the greenhouses and partnering with the biology department, because, you know, you get some students helping, but then, of course, again, it's, you know, you go through phases. I know after World War II, they had freedom gardens everywhere, you know, and it is kind of becoming a thing again. So it might be another thing that if we, you know, you don't need a lot of land, you just need some dirt and some water.
You don't really need a lot of people either. I mean, like I said, right now, I'm working with Johnson County, but I know that there's some people, I don't know many people here yet. Only been here.
Yeah, good start today. You've met a lot of people today.
Exactly, and then I met some people over at the thrift store, so I'm just, well, I've been having car problems, so I'm out. In fact, one of my friends was talking, oh, look at you, you're out now. Yeah, I'm out, and so I'm ready.
I would think that if this city had a piece of property that the community could use when they could designate it as a community garden area, that this board could easily cover the expense of water for something like that. I mean,
It's something we can definitely look into.
I really don't think if it's not too big, but, you know, kind of compacting it, my water is $80. And I'm using it too, so it's not
I
just
mean,
the,
even Prairie Lands, who is like kind of the governing body over water, they just put a class on how to collect rainwater. So
okay,
that's
see, and that
an
would
option
be,
as well.
yeah, that would be something else, because,
Like I said, if you maybe set up a time where the three of us can sit down and we can talk.
okay, that would be great.
need a future agenda item, or let you just investigate it first and see?
Well, we can talk about it first. And
Maybe put it on the discussion of
bring it
next
back to
month to bring back.
When it's ready, when it's ready.
Awesome. Thank you. It's a great idea.
Thank you.
Very good idea.
Thank you.
Anything else? Move to adjourn.
Motion to
Stand
accept.
adjourned.